Hello and welcome to my new video. Today we will be talking about the books that I read recently and what I thought about them, because it is the time for mid-year book freakout tag. I don't remember who was the creator of this tag, but it's very popular, and if I find the creator of that tag I will leave the link down below. Also the questions will be linked down below, and if you like, just do it and let me know. I would love to see it. So the first question is your favorite book you have read so far this year. I have few books here. All of these were rated 5 stars, and I just talk about them shortly because I can't choose only one. It's impossible for me. So one of them is Bunny by Mona Awad. It's extremely strange book. I think there's people who love it or hate this book. There's no one in between. It's very polarizing book about a girl who is in the university, about a girl clique, and very strange things that start happening there. So if you haven't read yet, please do, because it's very interesting and worth your time. Another one also rated 5 stars is the book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. This one is also quite polarizing book. People love it or hate it. I was one of those who loved this book, and we have a girl who tries to find out who is the real killer of one of the unsolved cases, and there's a little bit, not a little bit, there's a lot of paranormal things that happens in this book. So if you like paranormal, so you should check this one out. Also one of my favorites is Lithuanian edition Regis man ne viskas gerai by Meg Mason. The original title of this book is, let me just check, where is it? Sorrow and Bliss. And we have a woman who thinks that there's something wrong with her mentally, and she tries to find out what, and it takes her almost half of her life. And it's about how she copes with it, how people around her copes with what's happening to her. It was very interesting, very thought-provoking, and very close to my heart at times. So check on this as well. And another one that I loved was En man ved navn Uwe by Fredrik Backman, or The Man Called Uwe. There's a movie also based on this book, and this book is about a grief, about depression, about how it affects people's lives, and yeah, I just loved it. It was one of the best books I read so far, and yeah, I think now Fredrik Backman is one of my favorites authors, because all books that I read written by him is amazing. The second question is the best sequel you have read so far this year, and I think for me it will be Lore Olympus, the first of course, and the rest of the series. I'm usually not a fan of graphic novels or illustrated stories. I haven't read that much, but when I finally picked this one up, I loved it. I read all 3 volumes in one night and continue reading the story on Webtoons, because you can find it free on Webtoons. I recommend highly to try reading this book. And we have a retelling of Hades and Persephone story, as if it is now in our days, and I loved it. I love Persephone and I love Hades, and Zeus is, oh my god, he just such a prick. But I love it. I love this story. I love all the characters, and yeah, hopefully soon we will have another volumes to have in our hands. The third question is new release you want to read this year, and to be honest, I don't follow new releases. I don't know why. I think because I have so many books on my bookshelves already that I just can't be bothered to check new books that will come soon or came at the moment. And yeah, if I find some book and it happens to be new release, great. If not, so I just can't be bothered. The fourth question is most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Same answer. I don't know. I just don't follow the books that are coming out. The fifth question is biggest disappointment of this year so far, and for me it is Call Me by Your Name by Andre Asman. I don't understand why people love this book so much, and I thought that I would love it, but I was just infuriated. I think this book is one of the worst books I have ever read. Just because it's just about relationship between adult and a teenager. And if it was a girl, if it was a teenager girl, everyone would be speaking out loud so about how this book is disgusting. But because it is a boy, teenage boy, and a adult man, so somehow it's romanticized and it's now great. I don't understand. Please tell me what I don't see in this book. Let me understand what people see in this book that are so great, because I don't. The sixth question is biggest surprise of this year, and for me I think this will be a Lore Olympus. When I picked this book up, I thought that I will DNF it after a few pages, because like I said previously, I'm not the one who loves graphic novels, but oh my god, I love that book. I read all 3 volumes in one sitting. I just couldn't put that book down. I love it so much, and yeah, I'm now hooked. Favorite new author for me, I think now will be Frederick Bachman, because it's not that he's a new author, but new for me. Let's just say that. I read now, I think this year, a few books written by him, and I love all of those books. So yeah, now he's my favorite, one of my favorite authors. The 8th question is newest fictional crush, and I don't have one. I'm not that person who crushes on fictional characters often. I have few but they are old ones. So this year I have no I have a crush. It's Hades from Lore Olympus. He's such a sweetheart. I love him. Newest favorite character, and let me think who that can be. I don't want to repeat myself, so I'm trying to think on something different. No, let it be Persephone. She's a sweetheart. I love her so much. The 10th question is the book that made you cry this year, and I don't cry when I read books. I wish I could, but I don't. I don't remember the last time that I have tears in my eyes when I read a book. I think it was a book thief, oh so long ago, but even then I didn't cry, I just teared up a little bit. Book that made you happy this year. So I think this year I have read quite a lot of very serious books, a lot of historical fiction, a lot of thrillers, a lot of psychology books and so on. So I can't say that even if I love those books that they made me happy. I think most of those books that I read this year made me almost sad after I finished them. But there was few that gave me that nostalgic feeling, and one of them is Little Ghost, or I have in Lithuanian edition Vaiduokliukas by Offred Brusler. This one is my favorite from my childhood, so I reread this book this year and it made me happy. It's just so cozy and great children middle grade book about a little ghost who wanted to see the daylight, and yeah, it made me happy. The next question is the book that is absolutely gorgeous. The cover is beautiful, the one that you bought this year so far. And for me, this will be a strange one because it's non-fiction. It's a cookbook. It's the official Downton Abbey cookbook by Anne Gray, and I love this book. It definitely feels like you have a plate on the cover because it's embossed. I think that's the word I'm trying to find. And the inside of the book is also amazing. The photos of the food, it makes me hungry. There's some pictures from the movie, and yeah, I just love this book. So now it's one of the prettiest books that I have. And the last question for this tag is, what are the books that you need to read this year before it ends? And I have 3 I want to read. It's now time, and I hope that I will pick them up soon. So we have The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. It's very popular, very well-known book. It's very bright, yeah. It's shiny. So I want to read this one. I don't know much. Whoa! Oops. I don't know much about this book, to be honest, but I like to go to my books blindly because then I love them a little bit more because I'm surprised. So this one. Another one that we have is the Lithuanian book by Lithuanian author by Eva Tombak, Ar čia kas nors yra, and this book is a collection of stories told by people about their paranormal encounters. So I want to read this one. I think I will read this around, hopefully in October, because it's Halloween season. And also I want to read this one. It's The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Also very popular book about a girl who I think is immortal. I think I'm wrong, but like I said, I like to go into my books blind, and I know that everyone loves this book. Everyone who read it loves it, so I want to be one of them. I want to be in that party. So this one as well. I hope you like this video and will give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, and like I said, if you do this tag, just let me know. I want to see it. So thanks for watching, and I see you soon. Bye.